Alright, what's up everyone? Got another Ultra League team here featuring Toxicroak Mandibuzz Core. So these two Pokemon pair really well together in the Ultra League and both have great matchups versus Virizion, which we are facing in our first battle here. There is a lot of Virizion, Steelix cores, and Toxicroak is going to do really well versus both Virizion and Steelix. You're resisting everything from the Virizion. You're able to do super effective to the Steelix. One shot of Virizion with Sludge Bomb. And so Toxi is just a really great anti-meta pick right now. And I've paired it with Mandibuzz in the back because you're going to be weak to like a Giratina in the lead. You're going to be weak to a Ghost type where you can still be hitting with neutral Mud Bombs. Mud Bomb got a buff this season, but it's going to be a tough matchup, and so you got a Mandibuzz in the back. Mandibuzz also doing really well against Virizion and other grass types, of course, being a very bulky flying type. And so this is the core that we're using, and Greedent is the safe swap here. Greedent just being a good neutral pick. It's bulky. It's going to be able to do really well versus ghost types like Jellicent, like Giratina, being able to spam body slams and crunches against the opponent. And so this is a high rank Greedent. This is a Hundo Best Buddy Mandibuzz. The Toxicroak is not really great Ultra League IVs. It's a 15, 15, 14. So I think it's level 40.5 or level 41 or something like that. But it helps being able to have the high attack to just do more damage, to hit breakpoints for certain Pokemon that you're going to actually want a higher attack against for those breakpoints. So that's more valuable than the defense and HP, in my opinion. So anyway, this team that we're facing now, this is actually, I included this battle here because we lose this one. This is Dragonite teams, Dragonite leads are really tough to beat for this team. So you can beat them sometimes, but for a lot of these Dragonite teams, they're going to have double steel or double water backlines. And your Toxi is going to lose the lead. If you swap to Greedent, you're going to get, countered by a Cobalion or something like that. You swap to Mandi, they could bring in a Reggie or their Cobalion. It's just really tough to beat this team. And so I'm including this here just to show, this team is really challenging. But other than Dragonite leads, this team has been very strong for me. So I've climbed quite a bit using this team the past few days. I've been trying a couple different teams out in the Ultra League, and this has probably been the strongest team that I have used. So yeah, like I said, Dragonite leads are tough, but other than that, this team has a lot of play against the meta. Mandibuzz, I know Mandibuzz is a little tough to come by, that you need a Hundo, you need all the XLs for it. Best Buddy boost does help a little bit, but yeah, if you're able to get your hands on one, the Toxi Mandi core is really strong. And yeah, it's you have a lot of play with just how bulky the Greedent and the Mandi are, and then Toxicroak can just shut down a lot of cores. So like in this battle here, we got a Alolan Muk. They can only deal resisted damage to us, right? Acid Spray, Dark Pulse, resisting everything, while we're able to do neutral counters and super effective Mud Bombs. So we're in a good spot here, but what I wanted to do was swap out of my Toxi and see what they had in the back, right? I was debuffed from the Acid Spray, and so I just wanted to swap to my Greedent and see what they had in the back and how I kind of needed to adjust from there. Now, what's interesting about this is you would think Surfetch, the fighting type, is going to be able to knock the Greedent out, but this Greedent is so bulky, we actually win the Zero Shield. So I'm up a shield. The Surfetch is knocked out. I get to keep the alignment I want, just in a really good spot here. So I don't need to shield the Dark Pulse. It does do a good amount of damage, but it's not going to knock me out, and I can farm up to double Mud Bombs here and then see what they have in the back. And there's the Virizion, right? So I can throw the Sludge Bomb and swap to Mandi, and it's over, right? Virizion dies to 2 Aerial Aces. Aerial Ace is double super effective because of fighting grass type, and so I'm up 2 shields, and it is over. So Toxi Mandi just do so well against all the Virizions that are in the meta right now. Into the next battle, we got an Electivire. I will have to say this is the only Electivire I've ever seen in the Ultra League, or at least in a long time. And so Toxicroak is not a ground type, right? So sometimes we think of it as a ground type because it has the Mud Bomb move. It's a Mud Boy-esque looking Pokemon. But I'm not resisting the Thunder Shocks or the Wild Charges, so I actually am going to shield the second one and then farm it down. I shield both of them, I mean, and then farm it down. And Giratina comes in, and so we can bring in our Greedent. Greedent and Mandi, both good against Giratina, so it makes sense to swap out there. And we draw out their Virizion, and so we're in a really great spot here because after my Greedent goes down, I can do some good damage actually with these body slams. But after it goes down, I can bring in the Toxicroak against the Virizion. Toxi's going to resist everything, right, from Virizion. And then we have Mandibuzz for the Giratina. So once again, the Toxi Mandi core just putting us in a really good spot. I can't remember. I think the opponent actually stays in and tries to win this. So they don't top left, despite me having a pretty big advantage because they're running Ancient Power on their Giratina. So they're able to do super effective, and I think they're fishing for a boost, right? If they can get a boost, maybe they're thinking they can turn this thing around, and they can stall the battle out, maybe swap to Virizion and go for a snipe or something like that. But fortunately for us, they did not get a boost. They did go for the swipe to knock my Mandibuzz out, but I don't think a Sacred Sword kills. So I can bring in Toxi here, Mud Bomb the Virizion, and Mud Bomb the Giratina. I think it'll take 2 Mud Bombs to kill the Tina, and if they knock my Toxi out with some Shadow Claws and Dragon Claws, I think I did have an Aerial Ace banked on the Mandi, so we were in a good spot there. Props to the opponent, though, for, you know, not top lefting, not quitting, trying to see if they can make it happen. And in this final battle here, I just included this one because it made me laugh. We just algorithmed them hard. And so there you go. Just a couple of battles to showcase this team, this core of Toxi Mandi. Very strong core against the meta. Very, very strong against Virizion teams. And against the Steelix Virizion cores, Toxi is going to break that core. So let me know what y'all think of the team, of the battles. Drop some comments, and y'all be blessed.